So here we are today with a tier list, beating the horse to death even more, about Marvel Rivals characters and how annoying they are. How annoying, like, they are to play with or to play against, and what their player, like, people who main them or play them are like, and everything like that. And this is from my own experience. So, yeah. And I'll talk a little bit about some of their kits and everything like that, but I probably won't go into super big detail. The tier list kind of explains itself. Basically, it's like 0, 25, 50, 75, and then, like, I don't care what team you're on, what you have, what your score is, you annoy me. No matter what. You could be the best player in the game and I would still be annoyed. You could be the worst player in the game on the other team and I would still be annoyed. So, let's get into it. First off, we have Golden Boy Adam Warlock. Now, I think everyone in the community can agree that Adam Warlock is literally the Golden Boy. I think he is pretty fair as a support character. So yeah. And I've never met like an angry Adam player either. I think they're super chill. I think they're super nice. And I've actually had an Adam player like stick up for me and himself on a team earlier, like in the week. So I think Adam players are literally the golden boys of the game. So if you're an Adam player, good for you. Be proud. Be proud. All right, Black Panther. I think he's mildly annoying. Now, the reason I think Black Panther is mildly annoying, and not annoying or throat punching like some people would say, is because there are not a lot of good Black Panther players. Like, if I'm being honest, there's not a lot of them. I haven't run into a lot of good Black Panther players because Black Panther himself is hard to play. Is he annoying to play against? Yeah, when all he does is just bother your backline and pull resources from the front line. Yeah, he's annoying. Is he annoying when he kills you and your entire team doesn't do anything about it? Yeah, but it's like, it's just rare to run into him. So if there were more of them, if they were more, they would probably be more annoying, but they're not. So they're mildly annoying. Black Widow, mildly annoying. I think the people that play her are just pushing for something that's just not there. Captain America, mild annoyance. Mild annoyance. It's just a mosquito. Is he fun to play with? Yes. Is he fun to play as? Yes. But he's a fetch a mosquito. We all know it. He's a mosquito. He comes in, pillow fists you, and then comes out. And he just runs around. And then he says, "Assemble!" And then he lives forever. Yeah, that's really it. But he's fun to play as, and he's fun to play with. I'll run around with him on Magik, and we'll just we'll just destroy the backline, and that's fun. But other than that, he's mildly annoying. I've already decided on Cloak and Dagger. They're all right. The only reason why I find Cloak and Dagger all right is because they're kind of boring to play as. Maybe it's because she's just not as good as she used to be, or it's just like it's not a superiority complex, but I have had a couple of Cloak and Dagger players tell other people how to play, and I'm like, don't tell people how to play. When you are playing an auto-aim character, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Strange. We chill. We chill. I think he's chill. I think he's one of the coolest. I think he has a couple of the coolest things in the game. I think him being able to teleport and being able to float and everything like that, I think that's pretty cool. I think he has a very fun kit. So yeah, I think he's chill. And I think Strange players, I don't think I've ever met a Strange that has an ego. I think a lot of them take leadership, take charge in a lot of things, and so they're pretty fun. Emma Frost. Annoying. I think her kit is really busted right now. Also, I hate the way she looks. Mild complaint. This has nothing to do with her being annoying. I should just say that. Her thighs are way too big as a character. That's it. Okay, next, move on. I think the people that play her just play her to goon. She's kind of actually fun. So I think there's like a good like 25, maybe like 30% of people who actually play her just because she's fun, not just to goon it to her and to look at her thighs and everything like that. Groot. Annoying. I hate his walls. I hate that I have group players that wall me off and then be like, "Why'd you die?" You walled me off. I don't know if you know that. Or when I have Groots and I'm like, "Hey, take down your walls, I can't get out." And then they just don't do it because they're either not in voice or they're just not paying attention or whatever. And then on top of that, I hate the Groots on the other team because of their walls as well. I also think his team up with Rocket and Jeff is trash. I think he needs a different team up. But yeah, I haven't had like the best experience with the group players. They don't see their mistakes that they make, and so they blame other people You know what I mean? I guess you could say that about half the DPS lineup, but it is what it is. Hawkeye, throat punching. He one-shots people out of their ults, okay? And that's just with a regular arrow. Do I need to explain more? Just throat punching. Hela, annoying. A lot of people say she takes skill. I think it takes skill to hit a headshot, yeah, but on top of that, she's just like boring to play as. She's boring to play with, and she's boring to play against. You know? A lot of Hela players also have an ego. Like, I think most of the Hela players that I've played with or played against, they say GG easy, or they type Z. And most of the time, when they do that, whether they're on my team or not, I'm like, oh my gosh, you fell asleep. No wonder you're, like, you were so bored with your character that you fell asleep. Wild. Not surprised. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Hela. I just don't find her fun. Hulk. Now, I haven't played a lot of Hulk, but I do think he's fun to jump in and jump out and punch people. I also haven't met a toxic Hulk, which is so crazy to say. I just haven't met one. I really have not met a toxic Hulk. I have not met a toxic Hulk player. I actually have had like 2 or 3 Hulks when it was just me as a solo support in quick play come back and get heals from me, which is greatly appreciated. And I have had several Hulks literally bodyguard for me and for entire games. So I think Hulk players are super chill. I think they're super aware of their supports and everything like that. So you guys get forehead kisses. Mwah. They're great. They do not deserve to be banned. That's all I'm saying. They do not deserve to be banned. Anyway, Johnny Storm. He's all right. Actually, I think he's like borderline between like mildly annoying and all right. I think his kit is fun. I think he deserved the buffs that he got. But he's not fun to deal with, I would say. Like, it's not hard to deal with him, but he does get a little annoying if you let him roam free. You know what I mean? I have nothing else to say. I think the people that play him are pretty quiet. I don't think I've ever had like an annoying, like I've never had like a positive Johnny Storm player, but I've never had like a negative Johnny Storm player. You know what I mean? They kind of just like sit there and do their own thing. You know what I mean? Invis. You guys are you might not agree with this. She's borderline annoying to mild annoyance. Because when I think about her kit, she has a shield, she has a little force burst thing, she has a push and pull, and she can go invis. So the reason why I find her like annoying to be on my team is that whenever she dies so much, it's like, how are you dying? You have a very versatile kit. You know what I mean? Like a very survivable, you know, kit. You can jump to heal, to go invis. You can push people away. You can use your little force burst to slow them down and everything like that. It's stuff like that where I'm like, how are you dying so easily on her? But kudos to whoever plays her, I guess. I don't know. Also, bit of gooners that play her. I see that Malice skin. I see it. Iron Fist. Annoying. Top of annoyance list. Because he just has an auto lock, which I understand. But other than that, I don't like Iron Fist. No, I can't say that I don't like Iron Fist players. I think Iron Fist players are funny, which is keeping them from throat punching. That's the only thing that is going for Iron Fist players. They have like a sense of humor, and I think the reason why is because their character, it's not like he's hard to play, but he might not just be like fun to play either. So you have to be a little delusional to be playing him. You know what I mean? You have to be delusional to be playing Iron Fist. And so, I mean, I haven't met an Iron Fist player that isn't funny. But I have met Iron Fist players that are really annoying. He's like an upgraded mosquito in comparison to Captain America. Iron Man. Mild annoyance. I think people who play Iron Man, also gooners. Everyone does this stupid twerk back shots thing. Everyone does that. Everyone does it. I did it when I played Iron Man for a couple of my challenges, but yeah, they're really annoying. I think Iron Man players are I feel like they're kind of like, actually, or they try to be like Iron Man, like Tony Stark, and it just doesn't go well for them. Like, they're kind of creepy about it a little bit. You know what I mean? Anyway, Jeff. Mildly annoying. Mildly annoying. Because I actually haven't run into a DPS Jeff. I'm not surprised. That's shocker. I haven't run into a DPS Jeff. He gets the job done of annoyance. Like, you can't kill him. He's so hard to kill. A good Jeff is super hard to kill. And then on top of that, his stupid... Every time I get swallowed up by him, I'm like, dang it, this is the end. Because there's always a cliff nearby. There's always a fishing cliff nearby. Anyway, actually, no, I don't think I've ever met an angry Jeff player. They're kind of like, Jeff players are kind of hit or miss, honestly. I will say some of them are funny, some of them are just like toxic. So yeah, but he's just mildly annoying to play with and to play against, especially when he interrupts your ult or anything like that. So yeah. Loki players. Chill. Real chill. I think they're a lot like Adam players. I think they just sit there and they're just vibing. They like being mischievous. They like being little twink boys in the back line. I know you all are twinks. Don't even try and deny that you're not a twink for Mr. Loki over here as you play Loki or anything like that. Don't even try. I've never had like an angry Loki player either. I think the one time I've actually had an angry Loki player is because he crashed. Pretty chill after that. Okay, Luna Snow. I'm very biased. This is a very biased take. Oh no. She's all right. That when you're literally about to team wipe the team and then she goes, I am ready to put on a show. Again, how dare you? How dare you save your team? But yeah, other than that, like her freeze is fine. I will say a lot of people who do play Luna do have an attitude. And it's not a good attitude. They're like, hey, can you protect me? Hey, can you, like, which is, like, warranted, but at the same time, be a little nicer, I guess. Be a little nicer. I don't know. Usually as a Luna, I'm like, hey, guys, can you turn around, please? And they're like, yes, ma'am. They just have attitudes. All right. My main, my girl, my woman, Magik. This is super biased. This might be really, really biased. But I have never... I know there's the meme. I know there's the meme of like, oh, Magik is bloodthirsty and just wants to destroy the backline and everything like that. But in all honesty, I think Magik players are pretty chill. That's it. That's all I have to say about her. I don't have a problem dying to her because I know how to play her. And I don't have a problem with her being on my team because I also know the frustrations of playing her against certain characters. But in all honesty, I don't think I've ever met... I'm like sifting through my brain. I don't think I've ever met like an angry Magik player. I think they're just happy to be there. I think they're just happy to play their goth mommy, and that's it. Magneto. He's all right. He's all right. Again, I think Mag players are just there. They're just there. That's it. I think they're just there. They're having fun. They're doing Magneto things. No, actually, you know what? I'm moving him to chill. They're just there. Yeah, I have no complaints about Mag. I think the people who play him because they just want to be Magneto. And there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. So, yeah. Anyway, Mantis. Ooh, Mantis. I don't know. I'll have to come back to Mantis. I really don't know. I don't know how I feel about Mantis. Okay, Mr. Fantastic. Mildly annoying. Mildly annoying. If there is a good Fantastic player on the enemy team, oh my gosh, it's literal hell. It is so hard. It is so hard. And he never dies. He never dies. And I find that just mildly annoying because it's like, man, I wish I could survive as well as him. Not that I necessarily hate you guys, but you guys are fantastic. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on. Moonknight, annoying. I don't like people who play Moonknight because a lot of them I feel like, at least the ones that I have run into, get angry really quickly for no reason. All right, Namor. Annoying. He's annoying, especially with the Hulk team up. That stupid squid that he has, annoying. I think his squids are more annoying than him. His kit is boring. The people that play him are boring. Anyway. It's just turning into, I hate this character. Yeah, I think that's really it. I don't have any other like explanation as to why he annoys me. I think it also because of the voice lines that he has with Sue Storm, where he's like just creepy. And I don't know if that's like comic book accurate or whatever, but like, dude, leave her alone. I think that also plays a little bit into it, but yeah. All right, Peni. I play Peni. She is literally throat punching annoying. Do I need to explain? She has a nest. She has webs. She has bombs. If she is good, if they're a player, I'll give whoever like plays her a lot, and if they're good at her, good for you for sticking out on her. But that character is really annoying. Don't think she deserves any more buffs than she already has, okay? Don't think she deserves any more of that, okay? Okay, good, great. Other than that, I mean, if I have, and there's like no in between either. There's no in between on a Peni player. They're either really bad because they just play her for fun, or they're really good and they haven't played anyone else but her. You know what I mean? I think the same can be said about like Black Panther and Hawkeye, but yeah. All right, Psylocke. I think she's up there. She's like, I think she's all right. I think she's all right. I don't have too many problems or quorums with her. Do I find her... I don't think I've ever had any problems with Psylocke players either. Obviously, there's gooners in that. And again, I think they're like Johnny Storm players where they're just quiet. They're just quiet ninjas. They just go around and play her, and they just enjoy her as she is. Okay, Rocket. He's annoying. He's annoying. He's so annoying. If you can't catch him, he's like Jeff. If you can't catch him, you can't kill him. That's it. That's all there is to it. If you can't catch him, you can't kill him. And then on top of that, Rocket players are just like so toxic. So toxic. They probably have like the second or third most biggest egos in the game. Do I enjoy playing him? Yes. Is he annoying to play against? Yes. But he's rat, and that's it. It is what it is. All right, I think I'm back. I think I'm ready to put Mantis in a thing. I've thought about it. She's gonna go up right next to Adam. I think people who play Mantis just like playing Mantis. I don't think there's ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think people who play Mantis just like her as a character. And I don't think... Once again, I've never run into a toxic Mantis player either. So, I think she's alright. I think she's chill. I think she's real chill. Wanda. Scarlette Witch. Mildly annoying. For some reason... And I've played as her. Not too fun to play, but I guess I can get the appeal kind of. One thing that I will say, I have never met a not toxic Wanda player. I don't know what side of the aisle I'm on, but it's the same thing with Hela's. They have egos for some reason. And I think it's just because people push them to the brink. I think they used to be down here. I think at season 0 or 1, they used to be super chill. But now that everyone's like dogging on them and it's like, oh, the Moira aim, or oh, you have no skill, blah, blah, blah. They have been like, nope, I'm going to be super toxic now because that's all you've been to me and you're going to regret it, you know? That's totally fine. That is totally warranted. But at the same time, I just don't find her kit fun. I don't find the people who play her fun. And the toxicity that comes from them is not enjoyable either on either parties. All right, Spider-Man. No, he's a top of annoying. He's just annoying. He's like, I don't hate him enough to put him in throat punching, I'm not gonna lie. But he is really annoying to have on the team. Because he'll be like 16-2, but he'll have like 5,000 damage. And he'll be like, I did so much. And for some reason, they are building onto the stigma as well that Spider-Man players are toxic as well. I've had several Spider-Man players spam I need healing when they're in the backline, or I've had several Spider-Man players be like, look up, I need you to heal me or whatever. I've had very few Spider-Man players come back and be like, oh, I can get a health pack, or I'll come back to you and you can heal me. Just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. All right, Star-Lord. Throat punching annoying. Legendary. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my gosh, you want to talk about auto-aim, Soldier 76? Good night. I find him annoying. I just find him annoying. I find his voice annoying. I find his voice lines annoying. I find the people who play him annoying. If he's on my team and he's doing well, he's annoying. There's just something in my brain, I think. I don't think I have an actual problem with his kit at all. I think there's just something in my brain that it's like, I despise you. I don't know why. I despise you though, and I cannot figure it out. I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I just don't like you. If I had the chance to punch you in the throat, I would. I really would. I would not hesitate to go to jail for it. Anyway, don't know why, but something in my brain is like, I don't like you. Storm! I need another drink of water. Storm. I think they're chill. I think Storm players are pretty chill. I've had some pretty funny, talkative Storm players. I've had some really quiet Storm players. I've had some really polite Storm players. I don't think I have ever had a Storm player who has been angry with me. So yeah, that is really it. Do I need to explain? You go at the top. You go at the very top. Do I need to explain? Do I need to explain anything at all about this character? She is throat punchable. Throat punchable. So throat punchable. Mildly annoying. Punisher's mildly annoying. Mostly because of their egos. The people that play him have egos. I think his kit is whatever. I don't really care for it. It's kind of boring. But my biggest complaint is the people who play him. The Thing. Annoying. Mild annoyance. Mild annoyance. He's alright to play. He's alright to have on the team. He's not fun to play against, I think, because he has so much livability. Is that what I'm looking for? I mean, yes, he has like a little run, and then he has a little jump to jump back, but he also stops people when he runs and slams. I don't like that. I find that mildly annoying to deal with. Thor players. Also annoying. I might take that back, actually. They're all right. They're all right. I think the only thing that Thor players really do is just that they push up too much and they just end up dead. And then they spam I need healing, but that's really it. I don't really know how to rank Thor because he's like Black Widow. He's a little bit like Black Widow, where he just doesn't get played enough, so I don't really know how to rank him properly. But when I have had Thor players, they're pretty like chill. They just push up too much. They get a little too much into the character of Thor, so they think they're literal gods, and they're not. They do die. Anyway. He's mildly annoying. I think it's mostly because he doesn't die. He doesn't die. Venom players are funny. I think Venom players are really funny. I think they're really funny. I just think it's because they never die, and they just do so much to distract the backline as well. So they're just mildly annoying. They're like Captain America. I'm gonna put him right next to Captain America because they make a good team. I'm putting him right next to Captain America because they both do the same thing. They're like little mosquitoes, and they never die. I find Bucky throat punching annoying. I find him to be throat punching annoying because, let me settle down before I get into my rant. And let me say this rant in a calm manner. Okay? Bucky does not need to hit any of his abilities to get armor. He does not need to hit any of his abilities to get extra health or over health or whatever it is that you wish to call it. He just needs to click a button and he gets it. He also is pretty easy to play. You cannot sit here and tell me that he is hard to play, okay? I have played him, and he's really easy to play. On top of that, I find his ult to be the most annoying ult in the entire game. He is annoying to play against. I think he's annoying to play with. Again, it's a little, the play with part is like, that is something in my brain where I just don't like Bucky players. But he's just not fun. Also, his grapple is like Roadhog hook. It is busted. It does not work properly. It grabs. It can grab through an entire group of people and somehow grab me. And I die to it. No. No, 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 no. You cannot sit here. You cannot sit here and tell me that he's not throat punching annoying. Maybe it's because he counters some of the characters that I play. No, there is no but. There literally is no but. I don't like the fact that he can just use his ult on repeat on clones too. Where is this MFR? On clones? On anything. On literally anything. He can get an ult reset on anything that any of the players spawn, I believe. And it is so frustrating. He also slows people. I don't know if you know that. He slows people. He grapples people. I find it so annoying. He's throat punching annoying. Wolverine. Mild annoyance, actually. Mild annoyance. Mild annoyance. Again, I think Wolverine players are funky people. I am one of those Wolverine players. I think it's funny to watch them go flying around in the air and everything like that, getting thrown about and whatnot. I hate getting kidnapped, though. I hate getting kidnapped. But it is still funny. I think people who play Wolverine are just there for a good time as well. I think they're just there for a good time, and that's literally it. I have nothing else to say about Wolverine players. No, you know what, actually? I'm changing that. This is major. I'm putting him right here. I won't put him in chill because I do find the kidnap a little frustrating, but they're super chill. I find them fun. I find him fun to play with. I find him fun to play against. I always get a good chuckle out of him. And yeah, that's it. That is my ranking on who is the most annoying and who is the least annoying character in Marvel Rivals. If you want to disagree, you can. I don't really care. I think this is just based on how I feel and what I've experienced in the game. Everyone's a little annoying and everyone's a little chill. But not everyone can be throat punching like these 5. Sorry, not sorry. Goodbye.